Hey, what's up guys? Beyond the Real, my name's Alex, and today we're going to be talking WandaVision. So WandaVision was released this weekend. The first two premiere episodes were released on Disney Plus. They run at about a half hour each. And to be honest, I had high expectations for this, I'm not going to lie. So the first episode is ran as like a 50s, more or less, sitcom. Kind of like the Dick Van Dyke Show, kind of. And personally, I've only seen like a few bits and pieces of the Dick Van Dyke Show because they give reruns on my TV. But honestly, I kind of expected a little more. But it really did get that feeling of a sitcom from that era, and the plot is very very simple. Uh, Wanda and Vision are supposed to be celebrating their anniversary, but they don't. Vision kind of doesn't like catch on, and Wanda's trying to like come up with ways to celebrate. And we follow Vision at work, and he invites his boss over, and then they come over to their home, and then they don't really have their stuff together. Uh, Wanda was talking with her neighbor, so she's thinking of like spicing it up. She's trying to like put perfume on, put on like a nice little robe. But then Vision shows up with his boss and his boss's wife, and they're supposed to have dinner, and that kind of throws everything off. So then Wanda, has to scurry and hurry to make dinner. And then, she's like, "Oh, dinner's not ready." But in the end, they make dinner and they have dinner, and then it starts to get a little weird because there's an instance where Vision's boss starts choking. And this is honestly what I like, because I expected this to be weird, and I like that it got weird for a second, because he starts choking and like the camera zooms in on Deborah Jo Rupp's character, who is playing Vision's boss's wife, and she's like, "Oh, cut it out," and like it keeps zooming in, and like the guy is just choking, and it's like, oh my gosh. And then he like falls on the floor, and then like Wanda's like, something's wrong, and then she tells Vision to save him, so Vision like phases his hand through his throat and like takes the thing he was choking, saves him from the thing he was choking on, and it was, I don't know, that was my highlight. So then episode ends with them just like sitting on the couch being like, "Oh, we're a weird couple, aren't we?" And then they're like, they're just talking about how they don't really have like a song, they don't have like a set date, an anniversary date. They don't have the things that they like to do together, so they kind of just make the stuff up, and then they give themselves wedding bands. But yeah, that was pretty much the full plot of episode 1 of WandaVision. Honestly, like I said earlier, I expected a lot more, but I will give them props for catching the whole feel of that era that they're going for. But honestly, I mean, it did have its moments where you kind of do like giggle a bit, but other than that, like, I don't know, it's just, I'm hoping it gets better, because like, if they only released this episode and this was all I've ever seen, I would probably just not really be excited for it, and I probably wouldn't want to continue watching it. But yeah, this really wasn't enough to keep me very interested. But it's, as I really hope it gets better as it goes on. I was expecting like each episode to only handle like a decade, but it doesn't seem like that's what they're doing, because it looks like episode 2 was also kind of that 50s feel. So it's really too early to throw out any theories that we haven't already heard, like in my video that I did a while back, where I broke down the trailer, so to say. Like, other than that, like, I think that's probably it. This is all happening in Wanda's head, and that she's in purgatory, or she created her own pocket dimension, and Sword, Shield, whichever organization is trying to get through to her, but we don't know where she is, at what point in time. We know it's after Endgame, but we don't know at what point in time, how she got to where she is, how Vision is back, if Vision is going to stick around. And honestly, like, I don't know. It's still really early to say, but I just hope it gets better because honestly, this wasn't enough to keep me very invested. But I'm gonna continue watching because I'm a fan of the characters and I'm a fan of the world that they have. So what can we say? But yeah, that's pretty much it. My name is Alex. This is Beyond the Real. Thanks for hanging out. I wish I had more to say, but that's what we got. And stick around for the review of episode 2 that will be coming at you very soon. Bye.